We'd battled the elements and arrived at the base of the Shinkula only to find that the swollen river had washed away any indicators about where to cross it.
अच्छा हम आपके पीछे आते देखते हैं.
Fortunately, some locals at the tea shop at the base of the pass told me where to cross, and we started off looking for the trail. Finally, we arrived at our campsite, and by the time dusk had disappeared, we had a roaring fire going and comforting hot soup to sip. It had been a cold day on a dodgy road, but now the tents were pitched and mutton curry was simmering on the stove. Life was good. The next morning, the weather had become benevolent. It was a beautiful day, and the Gumbo Rangan stood tall and proud against the clear blue sky. Mornings in picturesque places like these demand freshly brewed coffee. And so,
Good morning and welcome to the Gombo Ranjan coffee bar. We have this setup over here to have a nice, strong, hot cup of coffee. Here's my inverter. It's connected to the car battery. And now I'm going to make myself some coffee. Pour in some water, fresh river water. Then we have some blue Tokai coffee. Oh ho ho ho. Damp it a bit. Screw on this. Connect. Plug. And switch it on. So the coffee is ready, and get nice hot percolated coffee. Ah, superb.
coffee and breakfast done, it was time to pack up and carry on towards Padum. Ten kilometers up the road, we arrived at the first village in the district of Zanskar in the Union Territory of Ladakh, Kurgaik. This village is an ancient staging point into the Zanskar Valley. Electricity hasn't got here yet, but it had modern pandemic protocols in place. And we were flagged down, details noted, sat down and tested. And as expected, we were all COVID negative. After that, Jyoti needed some tea to recover from the trauma of testing. So at the next village, we stopped at a tea shop run by a local weaver.
Chai.
Vishal, he doesn't have milk. Do we have milk?
Okay, yeah, we have.
Where is it?
It's accessible in the bag. Weaving is an ancient art in this region, and it was born out of the necessity to keep busy during the harsh winter months when the crop fields are frozen solid. Perhaps that is why old looms, which are tedious and time consuming, are still used, so days can draw out and keep boredom at bay. The distance from Kurgaik to Purne is just 22 kilometers, but it took us 3 hours because the road climbs high into the mountains. Besides that, it is barely motorable, and keeping it open is a constant battle against landslides. Large sections of this unpredictable road were constant cliffhangers. With this road now somewhat motorable, the trappings of modern civilization are slowly creeping down from Padum, the district headquarters of Zanskar. We already saw electric poles standing ready to be rigged with cables. And with such mighty rivers running down the mountains, I knew that hydel projects couldn't be far behind. And a local gentleman confirmed that indeed a hydroelectric project was in the works.
सर ये पादुम का रास्ता किधर है? अच्छा, आप यही रारू ब्रिज से हैं आप? रारू का? अच्छा, प्रोजेक्ट बन रहा है? मतलब हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक प्रोजेक्ट?
As we headed into the dusk towards Padum, which is about 50 kilometers from Purne, I knew that within a few years, the crazy cliffhanger that we drove today would be tamed by tarmac and tourism infrastructure would trickle into the region. Which is why this shortcut to Zanskar road trip will always remain a cherished memory. Coming up, I take over a local kitchen. We chance upon an archaeological marvel and I go overboard with the PDA.